Hey, morning. Just wanted to quickly check in. So this is June 6th, D-Day. I share my birthday with this day that started the liberation of Europe in World War II, and wanted to first thank um, the best president I could have had was the president I received from Elon Musk and Donald Trump in their fight. It's a beautiful thing to see two massive egos, narcissists, believing that they each were responsible for the success of the other. Were destined for a fight, and something I've been talking about for a long time. The repercussions could be pretty vast. We're talking about a situation in which um, the one of the bigger threats was this combination of, for the Republicans in particular, a Trump endorsement and a Musk funding for candidates that could unseat Republicans that were not sufficiently loyal. And we have a situation in which that there's now a part of that formula is disrupted, and I think the threat becomes less real. I think Republicans are going to be sitting out on the sidelines figuring out if this is going to be reconcilable or not. Um, Trump is calling Musk crazy, and there's some discussions about him coming in here in a legal status and deporting him. And of course, Musk has just unlimited money that he could put in against Republican candidates to rally them and rally their support, and has been calling for the impeachment of Trump, claiming that he was responsible for his election. So I think we'll see where this leads. Trump is more likely, in my view, to maybe come around. He's could be charismatic, transactional, might see some utility in reconciling. Musk is in a lot of ways more damaged and probably not as easily persuaded to come back and rebuild that relationship. A couple of other quick things I want to talk about is this Putin phone call with Trump just several days ago, in which Putin discussed this massive drone attack and said he would retaliate. And what was shocking to me about this conversation is that under any other administration, you'd see a president defend an ally, talk specifically about the fact that the U.S. would continue to bolster Ukrainian military and defense, and that Russia is the belligerent. Instead, you know, Trump said, "Okay, yeah, I understand that attack is coming," and this has broad repercussions based on how transactional Trump is. This may invite Putin to not just lash out at Ukraine, which he has limited means to do, but in a lot of ways potentially escalate. I think the worst case scenario. If you think about what ended up happening at the beginning of the war, when Russia was saying, "Well, and this was at the end of in the first year in 2022, at the end of major reversals, you had Putin messaging the fact that he's going to use nuclear weapons, bluster, kind of hot air, but still, the U.S. was very um, vigorous in warning off that kind of action. That we won't have that kind of situation because Trump doesn't understand that there's no, limited or tactical use of these devastating weapons. So. Uh, s- Completely forget about this idea of a ceasefire. That's out of the conversation. Negotiations will proceed without a ceasefire, which was one of the fundamental demands from the Trump administration, but it caved on that one. Um, in the same conversation, they discussed Iran, which I'm still seeing disturbing warning signs. The military is very well postured to be able to respond to a flashpoint in the Middle East around Iran, Israel, or directly between the U.S. and Iran. And you know, I don't think that the president has the stomach for it. Trump doesn't have the stomach for a war. It's hard, but at the same time, the capabilities are there. There's a lot of kind of this bluster, and I don't think the Iranians are necessarily in a compromising mood. We'll see. If they took the president seriously, if they thought that the threat was real, I think they would be a little bit more accommodating without completely compromising their desires. But it's a recipe for a difficult situation. I'll mention briefly just to wrap up. Um, there's an interesting divide between, at least the early indicators of a divide between Trump and some of the Republican Party. What I'm seeing is a continued push from the Republicans, led by Lindsey Graham and Senator Blumenthal, to talk sanctions and rally support around sanctions. The president's deeply reluctant to do that. There's a break around tariffs and the fact that the president wants to tax the population and do these tariffs, and the senators don't have any interest in that. Um, the Senate has bucked to him on appointments. There was a particularly nefarious personal attorney, Ed Martin, that was appointed to fill the U.S. Attorney General seat in D.C. that did not receive sufficient votes to go through. So there's a divide, and I think it's something that is likely to grow in response to backlash. We have some protests on the horizon. We have some today. We have the president's parade on the 14th that he's throwing for himself, calling it, an army birthday parade. There's going to be a backlash against these activities, and based on the popular sentiment, you'll see elected officials respond, because elections seem like they're far away, but they're not that far away in a lot of cases, and these are likely to draw some resistance, and we'll see how that shapes up, especially with the breaks with Musk. So quickly wanted to check in. I guess I'm told now I'm in the turning 50 today, and happy birthday to my twin brother, Eugene. Um, I'm now in the youth of old age. I don't feel like it, but yeah, happy to be here. Happy to talk to you. And thanks again, Musk Trump, for that wonderful birthday present. Keep it going.